Hi YouTube and welcome to another video. Now this one was meant to be from the Pembrokeshire coastline. It's probably quite obvious to see that's not where I am. In last week's vlog, if you've seen it, I did say that I was going to be heading back from Snowdonia and getting down to Pembrokeshire to probably try and do my last two locations down there. The problem is I didn't realise it was as far away from where I was as it was. I thought it was about, say, 2.5 to 3 hours. It turned out to be more like 3.5, and then with the traffic I was stuck in, it just wasn't going to happen. So I've decided to come to a different location on the way back, which is this lake, which I can't pronounce, so I'm going to have to write it up, I'm afraid. But it allows me to take this really cool picture of this kind of tap house, or this strainer house, I think is another word for it. You probably won't be able to see it very well through the clearing, but just about there, you should just be able to make out, there it is, a building. That's a really picturesque kind of tap house, strainer house, just down there, just off the side of the lake. And it is quite nice as well, because in the background there is quite a few mountains and a bit of a foresty area. It's about half an hour before sunset. Hopefully going to get some nice colours. I'm going to be making my way up this path now. I've just left the road, and hopefully I'm going to get to a point that I can shoot through some of these forests and these trees and get to a clearing that I can shoot down upon the lake and down upon the tap house. I'm not sure whether it's going to work out yet. I have driven up to a hotel at the top and had a quick look, and you can get some really nice pictures up at the hotel, but I don't want to go parking outside the hotel and just walking around in front of it with a camera, and it's quite a nice posh hotel as well. So I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work out. You're going to have to bear with me. I need to do a bit of exploring, try and find a clearing, and I'll catch up with you once I've done that.
I'm a traveling spirit, I've seen many shores, from the West Pacific to the island of Kenya.
Oh, right, I'm walking back to the van. I went up the path and I tried to find a clearing, and annoyingly there's not one up there. Basically a bit of the path goes along by the trees. You can't get a nice clearing because unfortunately there's trees on this side of the road as well, or at least there is further back. You can't really get high enough on the bank without going through more trees for you to be able to look down through them. The path does continue up to the hotel. I did climb through loads of bracken and overgrown bit, trying to get behind a little bank just in front of the hotel, thinking I might get a clearing. Still nothing there, so I think any images that are done from that kind of area have probably taken out the hotel window, to be honest, which obviously I can't do. So I'm going to head up the road back to the hotel. There is a pull-in, and I think I can get some shots of it there. Not quite what I wanted. Doesn't take in the whole lake from up there. There's a few trees that block it, but I think I should be able to get some nice images. It's a shame because about 5 minutes ago we did have some really nice light that cleared, was shining on the peaks down there. Fortunately that's disappeared again. So it's one of those things. I'm going to get in the van now, drive back up that path, put in the lay-by. We'll give it a second try, fingers crossed. Right, so I'm up at this location now, and the hotel is actually right behind the trees here. It looks a really nice hotel actually. It'd be somewhere quite nice to stay, I think, with a lovely view of course. Now I've got the camera set up already. I've got the telephoto, the 70 to 200 on there, and I've also got my 1.4 tele extender, and I'm basically shooting down on the composition now. And this is the really nice tap house which lies just between this bit here, and this is what I meant earlier about from this location there's a few trees that break it up. I can't really get an image that I'm mega happy with, but what I'm doing is I'm shooting right between these two, this kind of bank and this tree here, or this kind of hedge line, and this tree here, right onto the house itself. It's a really picturesque building. It looks really beautiful, and we do have quite a lot of mood in the sky at the moment, which I get you won't be able to tell until I readjust. So hopefully we're going to get some nice images from it. Now obviously this one hasn't gone 100% to plan. Pretty much the same story as the one this morning. It's been a day of it, I'm afraid. But what I am going to do is I'm going to try and get a few shots near. I'm going to try and do a few portraits looking between those trees, and I'm also going to try doing a few landscape shots looking between those trees as well. Have a little play around, try and get some stuff I like, trying to get some detailed shots of the building itself. Maybe zoom in a bit further. I'm not fully zoomed in at the moment. I do still have range. Yeah, I'm happy with the image considering I was rushing against the time, and it is kind of around sunset now. It's a shame I lost the light that I had about 10 minutes ago. I think that would have made a massive difference to this scene. But that's how it is when you're rushing to find locations like this, and you've decided to come in at the last minute. You don't always know how to get up here. There is a really nice picturesque wall, which you probably can't make out, which is just underneath the camera lens here. The kind of bridge across the lake, and I'm probably going to head down to that in a minute and shoot onto it, and I might be doing some more wide angle shots then, just with it in the distance, more around the blue hour. I'll probably catch up with you down there when I'm doing that, just to see how they come out. Apart from that though, there's not a lot to say about the scene really. I'm not using a polarizer. There's no real point. The sun has set. I might give it a quick try just to see if it removes some of the glare off this water, and if I do use it I will put it up some kind of text on the screen so you know. But at the moment it is what it is. The building's a nice building, it's a nice scene. It's just a shame I can't get more of it in there. I might try wide angle shot up here as well just to take in these trees, but I don't really think it's going to work. I think it's going to be too much breaking up the scene from your eye line, but hopefully they come out quite nicely. Yeah, that's about all I can say about it really. I'm going to fire these up on the video, go down and head to that other location. Hopefully we can be a bit more creative down there, try and get slightly different shots, but from here it's pretty much point and shoot, I'm afraid. I'll catch up with you down there in a few minutes and I'll see how we got on down at that other location. So I'm down at that other location now, and as you can see I'm right by this kind of wall here on the lake. I think it is actually a man-made estuary, and I've been shooting down towards the tap house. It's such a cool, nice building that. It's a shame that we don't get any light on it. And I've been doing a few things. I've been doing panoramic stitches involving a bit of this kind of headland mountain range and also the bit of the forest here. Now they're coming out okay. The problem is when you shoot anything into the blue hour, you can normally get some really nice images. It doesn't matter if it's a bit too dark because the camera will do a long exposure. Blue hour shots are normally quite nice and moody. I do a lot of them. The problem you have is when you shoot anything that has a lot of glare, that's very bright, including this water and this sky, anything that isn't giving you the glare will be really dark. So the actual tap house now is far, far too dark to photograph, which is a bit of a shame. Still, I'm actually quite happy with the composition I got at the top there, considering I had to rush to it. I didn't exactly know what it's going to turn out like, and I just had to shoot between a clearing. I think the composition was actually really nice, and I don't think it's what let down the images up there. I think the images were let down by the lack of light. It's a shame I didn't get up there in time to catch that burst that we had for about 5 minutes. So a bit annoying, and what I will be doing in this video is I will be trying to do a lot of creative editing in Photoshop to try and get the light to be improved on that that house down there, try and make it a lot better on the tap house, that is. So if I go a bit to the extreme and it's not quite in keeping with how the scene was to the eye, I will make a note of it on the image. You can see the ones that have been edited. I think it'll be worth it because it'd be nice to try and add a bit of life into them, because I think the composition was sound, and it's just a shame that we didn't get that light to finish it off. It's kind of been one of those videos really. It's not gone 100% to plan, which is a bit of a shame. The same story with the one this morning really, but it's just the way it is sometimes. It's been a bit of a day of dodgy vlog, should I say. Images not too bad, but definitely videoing not too great with this and the one that you probably saw last weekend now, which would have been the lone tree. Today's a new day. I'm gonna try and get down to Pembrokeshire now to do one in the morning on the way back, so that should turn out quite nicely. Hopefully get some nice weather down there, get away from the mountain ranges, hopefully get out of the mist, the fog and the rain I've been constantly having for the last, say, 2-3 days. So that'll be a breath of fresh air. But yeah, thanks for sticking with me, thanks for watching this one. Hopefully the video quality will improve over the next few, and I'll catch up with you on one of the future ones coming up.